together doing coffee talk. I'm going to do my darndest to stay awake. That much I can promise you. But at any rate, the radar was quite active earlier. Happy to say that things have quieted down. But we're looking at more and more storms in the forecast for tomorrow. So we've got plenty to talk about. At this point, though, let's just take a live look outside, see what's doing. Tower Cam Network looking great around Central Florida. Temperatures sitting right at about 80 degrees in the city, about 85 in Claremont, 84 in Ocala. But listen, Ocala, you got to 100 degrees today. That's gross. Orlando, you didn't get quite that hot, but it was still toasty warm. And the good news is, as rain moved in, it kind of cooled us down a little bit. Here's first warning. Live Doppler radar, not much to track. A little bit of shower activity across Osceola and Brevard County. See that there? Not much there. Nothing strong or severe, but there's a little bit of rain across the rest of town. Look at that. We're nice and quiet. Nothing really else to track. So for us overnight tonight, no big deal. No big deal. It's going to be a nice quiet morning. Our morning forecast starts off with an absolutely beautiful sunrise. A couple of clouds over top of us. Temperatures hanging in the upper range of the 70s. Then as that sun comes on up, we'll watch those clouds thin out. Temperatures are going to be warming quickly. 9 a.m., 84 degrees. We'll continue to climb, excuse me, little bit by little bit after that. So our overnight forecast looks nice. Tomorrow morning looks nice, but then we get into the thunderstorms again tomorrow. Yeah, let's take a look at Futurecast. I have not yet seen this brand new model run, so let's review it together, shall we? Overnight tonight, we're good. 5 a.m. tomorrow, we're looking good. Lunchtime tomorrow, we're good. Okay, first off, way better than it was earlier. 2 p.m., look at that widely scattered shower and thunderstorm activity already starting up. By 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, storms around. And then about 6, 7, 8 o'clock, things are quieting down. I'll tell you, earlier today, Futurecast did not have a good thing going. And I'm glad that it's kind of figured itself out. So that's good. That's all good stuff. Stephanie says if it really did feel it, and then it started to rain. Oh, it did feel hot. Yeah. Priscilla, good evening to you. Bill, sorry, just tuning in now. Should we be worried about the tropics yet? What about in a week? What about in 2 weeks? Yes, we'll be talking certainly about the tropics. But while we're not talking about the tropics, because I do want to focus on our local forecast a little bit first. But before I do, just a reminder that tomorrow morning at 10 a.m., we are tracking the tropics. WJCL Chief Meteorologist Jeremy Nelson and I will be discussing things. So we'll talk about the tropics in a little bit. We'll look at model data in a little bit. But just a reminder that tomorrow morning we are going to really do a deep dive. And so I do highly encourage that. But overall, what we're noticing in our local forecast trend here is that rain chances are on their way up. Little bit by little bit by little bit. Here's a look at the forecast rain chances over the next couple of days. Today, it was like a 40% coverage or so. Tomorrow, a 60% coverage and 80% coverage on Wednesday. So little by little, we're going up and up and up. This is good stuff. This is what we need. So I'm excited for it. I'm really excited for it. But with rising rain chances, our air temperatures do not climb as high. Take a look at the difference here these next couple of days. 96 degrees for our Tuesday, 94 on Wednesday, 91 on Thursday, 92 on Friday. So that doesn't look bad at all. I'll take that. Tim says, my dog is ready to be done with thunderstorms. I know. Sorry about that. Jessica says, sleepy peeps. Howdy, howdy. How are you? Debbie said, had a good rain in Edgewater. I'll take that. I'll take that. Victoria says, I'm really looking forward to some cooler temps. It's been awfully hot. Yeah. Tim, is this a no-tie evening broadcast? No. So listen, one of the things that the image consultant did say was that we are no longer allowed to wear our suits to work. We actually have to change in the office so that we don't wrinkle it up. So yeah, on my dinner break, I had to take the suit off And Stu apparently has done this for a while. So here I am doing that. And then I'll be putting the suit back on. So, yeah, there you go. There you go. I know Victoria says no suits for you. Yeah. Kelly, but why? Because apparently, my suit wrinkles and everybody's suit wrinkles. So 15 minutes before the newscast, you'll find me in the little changing room behind the weather center, which is a shower curtain on one side and an extra chroma key fabric on the other side. And you close it up and you've got a little private space. So there's that. Laura says, I would accidentally forget my work clothes today. I'm going to tell you, I'm terrified of that. I am terrified of that. Yeah. Spencer, I don't have COVID. I don't have COVID. Okay. Hi. Christy says, just don't tell them where your suit wrinkles. Exactly, because Christy, you know. Yeah. Don says, my husband works outdoors. He's very happy the temps are dropping. Yep. I have the sillies, Victoria says. Oh, yeah. Laura says, I forget everything. Listen, I had to check like 4 times to make sure I was bringing it. Yeah, I really did. Because I'm afraid of that. I'm afraid of that. Thank you, Angel. It's allergies. That's got to be what it is. Julian says, already hearing nervous chatter about the tropics. I could tell you, in terms of the tropics, there's always, getting into this time of the year, there's always something to watch. So, all right, let's just look at the 7-day forecast, and then we can talk the tropics, okay? So here we are. 60% chance of rain today, 80% chance of rain tomorrow, 70. So you get the idea. Like, we've definitely bringing up those rain chances the next couple of days. That's going to bring down the temperatures. So that's good stuff, okay? But you're worried about the tropics. So let's get in depth just a little bit, okay? Over to the tropics we go. Excuse me. Over to the tropics we go. And there's a couple of decent little waves. It's going to take the satellite data a second to buffer on here, but there's a couple of decent little waves that are coming off the coast of Africa. The first one is far enough east that it's already running into some Saharan dust, and so I don't think that that's going to try to really develop into anything anytime soon. The second wave, about to roll off the coast of Africa, still has a little bit of time before it really develops. But either way, as it does try to do so, I do think that there's the possibility. So there's the blobs that you'll see from the Hurricane Center, right? And there you go. Low end 20% chance for the first one. Then the one that's going to roll off the coast of Africa has a low end 30% chance of development. Now, with that said, even if these both try to come straight to Florida, you're talking days and days and days, So there's that. So there's something to track. But moreover, what it really is just a reminder that we are now starting to get to the peak of hurricane season. Here's a look at kind of the chart, and you notice August 20th is really when that tropical activity ramps up in a big, big way. Now, that said, we're getting to the peak of hurricane season, but we can take it one step further. We know, using our long-range hurricane forecast that we issue every single March the 1st, we know that we're also entering into a little window of particularly busy times. The very end of August into the first half of September, okay? And if you're unfamiliar with our hurricane forecast, I always invite you to head over to our website. Our website is wesh.com/hurricane forecast, and there you can read the full forecast and get the idea. Okay? There's dates, there's all kinds of information there. And those are the dates that fit into our long range pattern. That's one of the reasons why, looking at the activity in the tropics right now, we've got a pretty decent idea where we think it should want to go. But of course, we need to monitor the models, right? So that's a look at what the Hurricane Center has put out from their products. But let's do this. Let's check out the models, right? This is a look at the GFS model. Let's do this. Let's select the GFS. We'll hit the basin. All right, this is the 18Z GFS, okay? All right, so that said, let's just watch this through time. All right, doing its thing. And the GFS is kind of not doing much with that first wave or that second wave, but until about this weekend. So that at least leads you to believe that the timing is coming together. Another thing that's also pointing out to me is that the model is now showing at least both systems there and trying to develop both systems. You can see them there, those two dots there, kind of on the center of your screen, all right? One may try to kind of overtake the other. You kind of see it there. You know, not a big impactful storm, but something there, right? Meanwhile, while this is happening, you've also got like lowering pressure there in the Gulf of Mexico and the Caribbean Sea. Nothing terribly organized nearby, but a big trough of moisture over top of us. Okay, now this is Friday, August 25th. The model does have something in the open waters of the basin, but nothing big around. Now, what's interesting is watch right in here. Something in the open Atlantic, something around the Yucatan Peninsula, something around the southeast United States, and then a little piece of energy right there, the 26th, 27th, 28th kind of breaks off. One goes down to the Bay of Campeche, drink. The other kind of works up toward Nova Scotia. What I'm seeing here is a model that's trying to figure out vorticity. I don't see much more than that. It's just trying to figure out dynamics. All right. So at this point, not anything wild, but it's just trying to figure out dynamics. Now, of course, if you've watched me for a long time, you know that ensembles are really where the good data lies. So let's switch over to the GFS ensemble. All right, and then there we go. Let's go back and watch this back. And we start to see some ensemble support for development out in the open Atlantic, right? There's the 19th. That, you know, there's a wave out there, starting to see some of those dots. But the stuff near us is really originating more in the Caribbean. That's why I don't think that these areas that we're watching in the open Atlantic are really things that we need to keep an eye on. I think we need to keep an eye to the Gulf and the Caribbean, right? And watch what the ensemble's doing. Totally different than the operational. It's trying to spawn up stuff from the Caribbean. So to me, a week and a couple of days from now, I think we're really going to have to start watching the Caribbean for more homegrown type stuff. And I would say 2/3 of the models want to take it like up the Florida East Coast, kind of hanging out around the Carolinas. Again, we know that this part of the weather pattern tries to focus on the Carolinas, and to me, I'd say at least half of the ensemble models do that, right? That's the way it looks, which is kind of interesting. So, yeah. Mike says, morning is coffee talk, evening is shot talk. It's whatever you want it to be. For me, it's coffee talk. I just got to stay awake. So, kind of an interesting little thing there. The ensemble support tells more than the ensemble model data tells much more than the operational model data does. And to me, we're watching more homegrown stuff than we are the open Atlantic stuff. Now, that's just the GFS. Let's switch over and let's look at the European. Excuse me. I know what you don't want to see is my forehead, but it's really small on this computer, so forgive me. All right, so we'll do that. There's the 21st, the 22nd. So notice the European is trying to show a piece of low pressure down there around the Caribbean. And then it's just trying, it's not well organized into anything, but it is trying to show moisture around, right? And if we switch over to the European ensembles, all right, so this is the 12Z, so this is from earlier, but notice where the ensembles are. Now let's go to the basin view for a moment. So the European is actually taking this front tropical wave, moving it very near the Caribbean, and then bringing it off of our east coast, and then trying to home grow some stuff out in the Caribbean up toward the Gulf of Mexico, right? It's either way you look at it, it's very interesting stuff. And again, what you're looking at there, that's not like one model trying to throw out, 80 storms. You're looking at 80 different models, and it's just trying to composite it so that we can look at it all on one view. It's one of those things that it's a very confusing product, and so we don't show it on TV, but it's a really good product to look at together, to study together, and it's very important to keep that in context. But at the moment, at the end of the day, we've got two areas to watch. If I was the person that was like, which of these two would I need to watch? My gut would tell you it's going to be this one here that will stay weaker longer, move more west, and then the longer it stays weak, the more it would have the opportunity to kind of work into the Caribbean and eventually could try to bubble up once it gets south of us. So that's kind of where we're looking for now. Again, this part of the weather pattern, though, when we look to our long-range forecast, I would tell you that this is more wanting to focus on the Carolinas. And when we look at this storm system, this part of the weather pattern has already cycled through quite a few times. The most recent was July 2nd through the 10th. And both May 12th through the 20th and July 2nd through the 10th, there was a storm system impacting the Carolinas. None of them were declared a tropical system, but each time there was that storm system. So that's definitely something to keep in mind. And again, if you didn't hear me mention it earlier, shameless plug, don't care. In addition to us doing the coffee talk thing tonight, and then of course I'll be on WESH 2 News at 10 on CW18 tonight, and on WESH 2 at 11. But in addition to that, and coffee talk tomorrow morning at 8 a.m., meteorologist Jeremy Nelson from WJCL, he and I will be co-hosting our next update on tracking the tropics, because at the end of the day, the tropics are starting to wake up. All right? Also, Jeremy's blowing up my phone, so that's fun. Oh, he just wants to chat about tomorrow, so that's fun. Okay, well, we can do that. All right, so that's kind of where we're at. Now, let me stop. Questions, comments, concerns, people. It's up to you guys now. Drive this puppy. Let's see here. Don't know how much I'll be able to join everyone on any day for a while. I hope all is well, Chris. Hope all is well, buddy. Michelle's asking, when are we going to get our first cool down? October, usually. Yeah, October. Yeah. So does anybody have any questions, comments, concerns? Just want to make sure we're all good. Just want to make sure we're all good. Rising rain chances is a good thing. Tracking the tropics is just kind of what it is. You don't have to love it. You don't have to hate it. It just kind of is what it is. Yeah. Priscilla's asking, before 2 for grass cutting in Davenport tomorrow. Indeed. I will tell you, the last time I cut the grass, my nose became all fakakta, so just be careful. Yeah. So much fun. Not. Okay. Laura says my 1-year-old keeps waving at you. Hey, little one. Oh, my youngest is 3 now. It's crazy. It's crazy. I see the LRC recycle. Will it be a strong one for the Outer Banks? We'll have to watch. We don't know that yet, Mike. We'll definitely just have to watch these patterns and see how this plays out. You know? We'll see. We'll see. Fantastic temps here in Vermont. Oh my God, Karen, I would imagine so. I would imagine. I know. I do need one of those, Mike. I'm too cheap to buy one, though. Vanessa says, praying for a mild winter. You know, El Nino usually does throw some pretty decent cold fronts. Laura says he's 19 months and he's growing so fast. His name is Bentley and he's wild. Ooh, slow down, Bentley. Slow down. I'm used to Tony answering my questions, Linda says. Did I not answer? I'm literally sitting here reading questions. Are you not satisfied? I'm sorry that I'm disappointing you. Mike says it's the best $100 I ever spent. Really? You ever use an Avage?
A what?
Yeah, I know. It's like a thing that sucks out of your nose and pushes liquid through your nose. I don't know. I don't know. Aside from long drop-off pickup for the elementary school kiddo, they had a great first day back. That's great, Taylor. I haven't even gotten a chance to hear about how my little man's third day was today. Mike says, really hope Hurricane holds off until after August 26th. I've got a dance party. Oh, my God. That's funny. Yeah, hopefully. All right. Tony is different. Not as focused as Eric. Eric is so, oh, my God. Debbie, thank you. I'm so cool. Who knew that?
You want to go on a temperature tour of the globe?
I don't. Yeah, we're not going to do a temperature tour of the globe. Sorry. Linda says no disappointment. Okay, good. Okay.
A suitable fill-in.
All I can try and do is what I can try and do. Yeah. Let's see here. Worst summer ever. I miss the dark clouds. Listen, we're getting them more and more. I agree with you. Like I miss the thunderstorms. I've had to put the hose in the pool more this summer than I feel like ever before. But rain chances are on the increase the next couple of days, right? And that's going to help the temperatures. So needed. So needed. Man. We homeschool, but I think public school starts at the end of the month. All right. Patricia, any more pool weather? Listen, yeah, I mean, I think so. My plan tomorrow is to try and pop in the pool for at least a couple minutes. It's a good day. It's not a great day. The only reason I say good is because there's going to be thunderstorms around. So we just have to keep dialed in and watch. That's all. But I think it's good. I think it's a good day. Yeah. We have lawns we're skipping this week. Blows my mind. Wow. Jan says, we love Tony. We love you, Eric. No Charlies or Ians this year, please. I'll try. But we don't call, if you recall, in our hurricane season forecast, the hotspots does not include Southwest Florida. If you recall, these are the hotspots we highlighted for this hurricane season, and none of those areas are Southwest Florida. Let's hope to heck that that's the way that it plays out. And this graphic we issued on March the 1st. We'll see how it works. Danny says, did he just say something about hose in the pool? Wait, it was a hose. Yeah, it's all about the spelling. Yeah. Never thought we would have to skip lawns in August. We usually don't start skipping until November, right? It's been so dry. Mm-hmm. It's just wicked. It's just wicked. Zeb, you're hilarious. You got me dying every day. Hey, thank you. I appreciate you hanging out, Zeb. Thank you. Priscilla says we're cutting like 8 acres altogether. Hard to catch up sometimes. I can't even imagine that. I have like not even that. Not even close. Michelle says this brick can't handle this heat. This Floridian can't handle this heat either. Yeah. Okay, we see it. Let's focus our fans to push those winds away. No hurricanes. We'll see how this plays out. I, for one, am really interested to see what tonight's ensemble plots look like and then what tomorrow's ensemble plots look like. Because the ensembles are everything. Come. We're live. Come say hello. Is it a question for me or for the people?
For you.
Oh, for me. Well, come ask. So you got to say hello.
Hi, everyone. Not good morning. Good
y'all
evening.
Y'all know her.
Hi, everyone.
We were just talking about how everybody's having to like skip mowing thetheir yards because of how dry it's been.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. Our grass was so pretty when we were getting rain every day. It's drying out again. And I came to bother him. I'm sorry, y'all. I took him away for a few seconds.
No, that's
Hi,
fine.
everybody. So we have
It's work.
a story in tonight at 10 o'clock. Watch on a CW18 about a child who unfortunately was struck by lightning in
Yep.
Brevard County.
Yep.
After that, we go to weather. Do
Yes.
you want me to talk about lightning strikes leading into it?
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
the toss leading into it right now was about the heat and stuff. And
Oh
I'm
yeah,
like,
no. Let's do the storms. Yeah,
Okay.
let's do the storms for
Okay.
today.
all right.
And I'll start with kind of the radar's quiet, but more storms are in the
And
forecast
like
tomorrow. Something
lightning
like that.
strikes and that's
I can pull up some lightning strike data.
okay.
Yeah.
All right. See, this is how we do things. We communicate.
Well, and I love that they're here for it because
Yeah.
at the end of the day, y'all may watch.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
And this is how these conversations go.
They sure do. I know it is very scary, and it's
Is
just
he
it's
going to be okay or she?
yeah. The child is in the hospital recovering, so it's just one of
Do we
those
know
things.
condition?
Mm-mm.
Oh, geez.
Just one of those things you have to be careful. It was a little before 6 o'clock. I mean, anybody could have been outside
Right,
at
right,
that
right.
point in time. So
Well, and what's
You just
so
gotta be
interesting
careful.
too, it was down near the Sebastian Inlet, right?
Mhm.
Okay,
Yep.
so it was like everything was in North Brevard, and then this one cluster, this one boundary collision happened, fire to cell up over like Micco,
yeah.
and then it just moved down into Indian River County. And it just sat, I mean, it sat there, I feel like, for like 2-3 hours.
That's scary.
Yeah.
That's scary.
In Florida in particular, these things with the boundaries slamming into each other, you know? See, Boy Wonder's already going
know.
back and looking
See
at the
him look at
data.
it.
Zoom in on that, Ryan.
Working on it. What time is it, Kristen?
It was around 6, a little before
He's pulling up
6.
the Wesh.com article. He's looking at the historic radar.
I love it.
Yeah.
This young man has a very bright future.
Oh yeah. That's
I'm sure
why.
y'all already know.
That's
that,
why he's
but-
fake intern
Yeah.
because
he's an intern until he gets that degree.
yeah.
Down near the Sebastian Inlet.
Yeah.
So south of Micco, right on the Indian River County, Brevard County border. It's that
Mhm.
cluster.
Yeah.
Oof.
So it was around 6.
Yeah, it is
So
a little before
so that's interesting. What computer is that, Ryan?
Max 2.
All right, hold on. Let me. I want to pop his computer up here. Give me.
Thank you all for letting me interrupt.
No. This is
Interrupt
this
your
is good.
nighttime.
All right, so I'm gonna pop Max 2 up here. Okay. So what's interesting? I don't know why it didn't just change. It should have just changed.
Is it on to go?
I changed it. Video Max 2. I don't know why it didn't change. Interesting. Actually, do something, move it or something. I don't know. That's so weird that it didn't change. Okay, well, so there's that. But what I think is so interesting
Is
is
it because I have a new scene open in the background?
no, it shouldn't be. It's just being weird. What's interesting though is the fact that I was trying to show you the radar because the worst of the weather at 6 p.m. had already moved through. It was all south, so that would have been like a bolt, kind of a bolt from the blue.
But you know how it is here. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, right.
You know, that sadly happened. I feel like last summer, a young man was mowing a lawn and,
Yeah.
you know, got struck by lightning. And so
How old is this child?
we don't have an age. Mm-mm. I'm sure we'll have more tomorrow, but
It's like my worst nightmare
it's scary.
because you do everything you can to protect your babies, you know?
Hmm.
But there's only so much that you can do. I mean, Mother Nature, and it's not like see, that's 5:30. That's when it was
Yeah.
nasty down there.
And
So
then
if it was right, it was dissipating.
5:55.
Yeah. Jeez.
Awful.
Well, we'll talk more about it in the show.
Yeah.
I just wanted to give you a heads up. That story,
5:45. was
Thank
that
when-
story was before.
5:45 is when the strike
so-
happened.
Yeah. Little.
So that's
It's still on the back side of
yeah.
it, man.
All right, we'll see y'all at 10.
Thank you, ma'am.
Bye, everyone.
Well, Michael says my heart is broken. Let's just
I
hope
know.
that the
I
little
know.
one pulls through
Yeah,
okay, right?
I think based on what we know so far is the, you know, child is in the hospital. We were trying to find out, you know, how they're doing. But
Yeah.
so you gotta have that app handy. Be careful. We'll send out those alerts when things are clear.
Yeah,
and,
100%.
You know how the story goes.
100%.
Bye, family.
Thank you, ma'am. Christina Watkins, everybody, the best of the best. All right.
Medical condition unknown. Event time based on supporting lightning data being 5:45.
5:45. Got it. All right. There you go. All right. Any other questions, comments, concerns, people? Anything? Otherwise, it's 9:30. I'm going to have to, I guess, put my suit on at some point here. Anything? Band camp day 1 complete. I love it. Oh, that reminds me. I have to go tape my Marching Knights forecast. You think those marching knights, how do you say your name? Agu, Aguya David Green? Help me say your name so that I can, but I need to do the marching knights forecast. I just hope everybody's awake still. Bill says, go Knights. Go UCF for sure. I'm excited. 420 members. That's wild. When I was in the marching knights, I feel like we had like 200 members, and it was a lot. Agaya. Okay, thank you. Agaya. See, I won't forget that now. Agaya. Did you have a good time? I love it. Agaya. Oh, Taylor's asking where Christina got her dress. She's already gone. Remind me and I'll ask her. I mean, I'll try and remember to ask her tonight. Yeah. So why so dry? Well, partially El Nino, partially just a big honking ridge of high pressure. Yeah. All right, I'm going to go get ready for the 10 people. Listen, be the sunshine in someone else's day. Have a great one. I will see you in less than 12 hours right back here on the social channels at 8 o'clock in the morning. All right? Sound good? Sound good. Used to produce the halftime shows for UCF back when we were in the Citrus Bowl. Good memories. Bill, I was there. I was a marching knight from 2002 through 2006. A guy says the rain helped out the heat. Thank you. That was in the forecast. Score. All right, I'm going to go tape that, and I'm going to put it on the Marching Knights Facebook page now. All right, y'all take care. I'll see you on TV at 10 and 11, and tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock on the social channels. Bye.